Hello everybody, welcome to Wumble's Hive. It's time for a little tiny unboxing, just a little one, because it's coming up Inktober and you have to make sure you're ready for these things, especially when you've got your own challenge going on, #BeProductive2023. Hope everybody's joining in on that one. If not, pop over to Instagram or here on YouTube to see the hyperlapses and finished sketches for Sketchtember. Or, if you're watching this part way through Inktober, whatever I've managed to finish between hither and thither in October. So I've got a little unboxing, a few little bits and bobs, and this time it is from the Big Smile. So it's a small box, I'm sure you can see that. And I'm just going to start at everybody's favourite, the Micron. I'm sure if any of you have seen my hyperlapses up to now, you'll have spotted these in some of them, particularly in last year's Be Productive. I did use them for that, and as a staple of my life. I have just got the 3-pack this time. Last time I bought the 6-pack, but a lot of them, some of them were too big. The brush marker wasn't really something I liked, so I gave it away. So I've just stuck to the 3 sizes that I actually use, which is the 02, which is 0.3 of a millimeter, the 04, which is 0.4 of a millimeter, and the 08, which is 0.5 of a millimeter. And they are archival ink, and I imagine that they will be just as waterproof as the ones that I currently use. So that's the easy one, shall we say. Next, I'll bring out this one, which I know what's in them because I bought them, but this is a little treat. I do have a pack of these bodies, shall we say, upstairs in my permanent art kit, and I love them, but I do generally only use my Rotring pencils for proper pencil sketches. But knowing that I use them, they are really good leads as well. So I thought, seeing as Sketchtember has been murdering my little mechanical pencil from China, I thought, go on, I'll treat it. I'll treat my little Chinese mechanical pencil to some Rotrings, and it's 2B, so it's really good for drawing and sketching, as well as just laying out. It lifts wonderfully if you use a nice Styler eraser. So I got 3 just because it was a cheaper deal on Amazon. One was like, I think one was like £4.99 and 3 was like £9.50 or something. So I don't know. I'll put the prices down below. I'll put the prices and links to all of these items down below, because obviously I've bought them from my Amazon, so you'll be able to see the prices. Hopefully they've not changed too much, but they were all pretty cheap. I was happy with the prices for these. So we'll pop that to one side. Next, I believe I have discussed in one of my videos, at least in the comments box, that the wonderful Miss Marilyn Darling sent me a gorgeous noodler's pen, which is here, and a sample of the platinum carbon black ink, which is archival and waterproof. She sent it me because she knows that I do watercolors with ink, and wanted to see if it actually was as waterproof as it suggested when she bought it, and it is. if you don't wait long enough for the ink to dry and put enough water on, it will move. But yes, if you let the platinum carbon black ink dry, it is waterproof. Doesn't matter how much wet wash you put on there with your watercolours, how much you scrub it, you're going to destroy the paper before you destroy the ink. So obviously I needed more, so I bought the 60cc bottle of it. Now I'm hoping I got the right one. I typed in platinum carbon black ink, and it's a really cute little bottle. I have no idea how to describe this shape, but I just love this shape. It's so antique. This is the kind of thing that you'd see on drawings from, you know, way back when the masters were doing their artwork. If they were writing letters to their patrons, you know, they would have a nice quill and a little pot sat on their desk waiting. It'd be a lot like this. Let's just grab a lovely quill, because if anybody knows me, they know there's always a feather lying about. So you'd be seeing something a lot like this on the master's desk. Wonderful feathers and gorgeous simple shaped ink pots. So I thought, yep, I'm going to treat myself. Let's not stinge. Let's not be stingy about it in Yorkshire. If you want some good ink, get some good ink. So I've got some good ink. And, you know, even though I was told by the lovely Miss Marilyn, darling, that this pen isn't quite what I need to do the calligraphy that I'm learning in the Patreon, it's such a cute pen that I couldn't help but buy it. If you're watching, Marilyn, can you guess what it is before I open the packet? Now, I'm not going to give you a full review of this thing. If you want to see the review, I will link the wonderful review by Marilyn down below in the comments box. Or somehow, I don't know, we'll get a link in there so that you can see the ins and outs of this beautiful thing. But it is the Jinhao 9019 fountain pen. And I don't know if you can see there, but it says big size writing pen, and it's definitely not kidding. So let's, oh, there we go, feeling violent today. Check that thing out, look at the size. So on the front here it says Jinhao 9019 Dadao series, or D-A-D-A-O series. I'm not sure how to say that, but it is housed in this nice little airtight container, which I will be keeping just to keep it in. But look at that beautiful thing there. Now, Marilyn has got the pink one for obvious reasons. If you've watched Marilyn's channel, I shan't give it away. Pop over there and say hello. But I got a colour that is significantly more me. You can probably tell from the background that you're looking at that I do like a bit of green and I do like a bit of blue, and if you can combine it into a sea green turquoise, I'm on board, people. I'm very much on board. So this is just a normal white piece of watercolour paper so that you can see the colour through there. I'll just move the light around so that you can see the differences. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's got the Jinhao logo just there, and running around the end of the cap, on the grip and on the cap. So it's a screw off, makes it really secure when it's got ink in. As you can see, it's a very large lid. It does post, but from what Marilyn said, it's not quite as secure as you might like. So whether you just put it off to one side as you're writing, which is probably what I'll do. You certainly don't want it dropping on your painting. So I bought the medium nib, just based on Marilyn's video, because they showed that you can write really fairly decent sized lines, but also quite thin lines with this nib. Both this way, just by writing lightly, but also this way. Thanks for that little tip, Marilyn, to get an even lighter, slimmer line. But I'm not going to go into great detail about it, and I'm not going to take it apart extensively. Like I say, if you want to see all that happening and a full review of this pen, feel free to pop over to Marilyn's channel. So it screws off, the base screws off, and apparently I do believe it will take normal universal cartridges from what Marilyn says on the video, but it does come with the refillable, it's not a pull one, a refillable cartridge here. Oh, it screws off. Oh, that's the first screw cartridge I've ever had. Mind you, I suppose that's going to be a lot more secure, because I have had them like fall out and drop ink all over on the inside of the pen, so that's real cool. I didn't realise that, I didn't spot that bit. So that's the nib. Marilyn can take these things apart, so I'll pop over there. But this is the refillable cartridge. And they come with both plunger and screw. And this one is actually a screw. Marilyn says that it's a lot better because sometimes if you've got the plunger variety, they can get a little bit stuck on the inside of the tube, and then you push it really hard just to get it to move, and it squirts and wastes your ink. So the screw ones tend to not waste as much, and that's what we like. We are still Yorkshire. We might have paid a little bit extra for a sexy carbon ink, but we're still Yorkshire. We don't want to waste that ink now we've paid for it. So that's the insides I'll be using with the carbon ink there. Screw that baby back in. And pop the end back on. It's very secure. You don't have to go crazy. It just literally grips at the very end there, and you can tell that it feels secure. So that is my new pen, the Jinhao 9019, along with some refills for my mechanical pencil, the microns, just in case I can't quite get what I want to get, seeing as it's a new episode in my fine lining career on my artwork, to bring in a fountain pen, and of course the carbon black ink. I'd love to know what you guys are using for Inktober, or generally for your ink work with your watercolour or whatever you use for art. Please let me know in the comments below. I'm always up for a new product. A big fat pen, skinny mechanical pencils, gorgeous little fat ink pot, and everybody's favourite Pigma Micron fine liners. I hope you enjoyed this little episode, and you'll soon get to see at least one of these in action when it gets round to Inktober, if I don't manage to do a little test for you beforehand. If I can, I will, but I'm very busy with Be Productive. Like I said before, if you want to join in, the prompts are all over on my Instagram. There's several videos, one for every day during Sketchtember. And if you want to use the tags so that myself and the wonderful Productive Dragon, my co-conspirator, can see your beautiful artworks, we'd love to see them. Please do join in. Please do tag us. We'd love to see what you create. I hope you've enjoyed this. What you've got to do now is run away. Find something that makes you smile. And as always, guys, be happy.